A growing number of officials, in fact, in Washington and overseas, raising concerns about Amazon. The European Union recently began probing Amazon over antitrust issues. I spoke to Margaret Vestager, the European Commissioner for Competition, and asked her what her primary concern here was with the company.
It's too early to have a concern, but we like to understand how this is working, because Amazon has this dual role. They host a lot of little guys and enabling them to do e-commerce, which is a great thing. At the same time, they're a big guy in the same market. So how do they treat the data that they get from the little guy? Does that give them an advantage that cannot be matched, or how to understand this? And we have concerns from the marketplace, and we have seen this also in a sector-wide inquiry. So we are very interested to learn also in deep detail how this works.
Are you also looking into this question of whether Amazon itself is using the data from the third-party sellers to replicate or make copycat products of their own and compete with them and cannibalize their business? Is that the big question?
Yes, that is one of the absolute big and high priority questions, because one thing is to enable the little guy to do business. It's another thing if that once you have enabled it and you see how it works in the marketplace, basically you take it and because you're a big guy, you do large scale, so you can sort of occupy that marketplace yourself.
Have you received any complaints from the third-party sellers?
Not formal complaints, no. We have people coming to us with concerns, but no formal complaints.
Have you spoken at all to Jeff Bezos ever?
No, I haven't.
Is it something that you plan to do? I mean, some people say Amazon, it was only a matter of time. It's just gotten so big that the European Union, you specifically, are bound to be looking into this company.
Oh, we have already had one Amazon case on e-books, on German and English spoken e-books, because we saw that Amazon was saying if you, as one of our suppliers, if you do something innovative, if you lower your prices or something like that, you always have to give us the same benefit. And that, of course, made it very difficult for the e-books market to innovate, because if you always have to give Amazon whatever you have, then, of course, that puts a lid to innovation. But that we solved in a settlement, actually covering e-books in almost all segments.
And just for American viewers, you know, we think of antitrust law and we define it as it has to harm consumers and really get at consumer welfare. Consumers here love Amazon, and in Europe as well. Low prices, easy access, convenient shopping. How is it so different in Europe that you would be going after this sort of thing versus something in the US where it would be a hard case to make?
Oh, but these are, of course, very, very important points. And especially, of course, it's important that the price point is right. Because for many, many people on a low budget, of course, low prices is of the essence. And enabling choice is a great thing. We also want to see that innovation is thriving, because being a customer in an innovative marketplace is, of course, better than being a customer in a non-innovative marketplace. So this is what we're trying to understand, how does this work? And of course, it may turn out that we have no further questions to be asked, but that remains to be seen.
There is a big question about whether big tech has gotten too big in this country. I know you've had meetings and collaboration with your counterparts at the Department of Justice. Do they sympathize with your view in general against some of these big technology companies, or are they critical of it?
Well, actually, we've had a very good meeting today, both Martin Del Rahim and Joe Simmons from the FTC. And we didn't discuss in any detail these questions. What we discussed is our cooperation, which is actually very good because we exchange views, but we don't try to walk in each other's shoes.
And can you give us an update on where you stand with Google? 8-year investigation. You fined them last $5 billion. They are planning to appeal this. What are your expectations right now as to their change of behavior, which you ordered, and the fines?
Well, of course, we expect a change of behavior because the decisions say, well, it's a cease and desist decision. You have to stop this. And you cannot put anything in its place that has an equivalent effect. And this is about enabling choice for the ones who produces our phone, so that maybe you can have a phone that carry other apps when you have the out-of-the-box experience. And that, of course, is important for us to see this change in the marketplace, to show that those who actually have the skills, maybe to do another operating system from the Android open source code, that they may be able to do that. The fine will have to be paid, and then, of course, it is for Google to decide if they will appeal the case or not.